This is our ranking of anime openings. We love anime openings. We have about 200 of them here. This is our favorite part of anime. We've been watching anime our entire lives. Um, and just to say from the outset, they're all good rankings except F. A D tier is like, I mean, we don't really like it, but it's like okay. And like the C tier openings, you'll see, like we like those. But it's just we have to keep our standards high because anime openings are so good. Um, is there anything you guys want to say?
No.
I don't think so.
Okay, Dot Hack sign. What do we think of this opening?
A, I would say.
I think A sounds about right. They sort of shed like a part of themselves because it's all about playing this game and sort of disassociating and becoming who you are. And there's sort of a synthesis in everyone's face, except for I can't remember her name, but the girl playing Kite. And when she sheds it off, there's like nothing to her because
It's kind of horrific.
it's kind of her whole identity, and that's why it entangles and wraps her, and it's not pleasant because everyone else they shed their skin and almost become their true selves that they take back into reality. So all the imagery is just so on point.
Sharp,
Lots and lots of Freudian themes, and definitely recalls like Ghost in the Shell in a very beautiful and meaningful way with the opening scene of Motoko, and the song is just so good at just putting you in that headspace. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do A for Dot Hack sign. Okay, we are starting off pretty big. Next is Dot Hack Legends of the Twilight. Where are we putting this?
I think B.
B works.
B. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a great song, but yeah, visually it's not as good.
It's definitely not as strong in the visuals department. Wonderful song though.
Really nice song though.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna be maybe controversial here and say that the Freegatsu no Lion opening should be C, even though it is very original. I don't love the song, to be honest. It's good, but I'm a little hit or miss on Bump of Chicken these days, honestly.
C is what I was thinking.
I think that's totally fair.
Yeah, that sounds fine to me.
Yeah, there's some really good shots in there, but I feel like the whole image of him in like the murky water, it's a little too cheesy. It's a little too simple for me. Like I feel like sometimes modern anime and art in general recently can have this issue of like over dramatizing a kind of simple thing of like, oh, he's getting out of bed and he's trudging through depression or something. For some reason it just seems a little bit, the way they dramatize it seems a little bit
visually, especially. I think the song is pretty nice though. But yeah, no,
it's a good song and there's some good shots, but for some reason, yeah, I just feel like
no, I agree. Completely.
Yeah, it definitely feels like it's one of Bump of Chicken's weaker openings. And, there is sometimes a feeling as they've gone on that they've
samey
really, kind of repeated themselves. But it is a pretty nice song.
I feel like Akame Got Killed could be D. I didn't hate it, but it's just a little overdramatic and doesn't really. I don't feel like it's very, very emotional or anything. I mean, it's just part of the edginess of the show.
Yeah, I could do D or F.
I agree.
Yeah, it's just kind of whatever. Okay, are we gonna do A for Arakawa Under the Bridge? I think it's pretty amazing.
I would do B. Frankly.
What do you think, Jay?
Oh,
it makes me feel pretty incredible. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it does.
It's really nice.
Pretty incredible. I was probably leaning. Oh, it's like almost A, but maybe high B.
I can do B. Okay. I also don't like at the end when we see their real designs because their eyes look so dead in comparison to how incredible they look.
Yeah, absolutely. But it has fantastic vocals and just the way that all the visuals like match up, together.
Oh, the kiss at the beginning is perfection.
Oh yeah. I mean, not only but I think like the way that the rhythms of the kind of CGI prop animated fish.
It's really rhythmic.
Yeah, is really quite beautiful too. I mean, I could
I think we'll do B. We're keeping high standards for A, but it's
Yeah.
pretty amazing. I think it's probably Sao Yamamoto's best work, like as a director, unless there's something I'm missing.
I mean, that's.
I think it's pretty incredible.
She's done a few other openings, right? I mean,
I feel like, but this is really, it makes you feel so good, so original. It doesn't look like any other opening. Like all the match cuts and the silly metaphors and everything work so well. The like dots on the screen look really good.
I feel like
the plane is so good.
I feel
The
like
plane is so good.
She's done several openings like this, but yeah, her style is pretty original in general.
Yeah, I like quite a few.
Oh yeah, she's always good with the openings, I think.
Of her openings, yeah.
Okay, Akazukin Chacha. What are we thinking?
I think C.
See,
Yeah.
it's lovely, but there isn't a lot to it.
It's really nice. I actually really enjoy it.
I really like it too.
It's quite nice and simple, but definitely kind of its time. But yeah, C sounds right to me.
Okay, Air Gear. What are we thinking?
Okay, Chain.
The credits are so creative.
Yeah, I was like gonna do.
Oh, the credits! I didn't see the credits version.
I was like,
dude.
Oh yeah, I
look up the version with the credits.
And I was gonna. I said, going in, I was like, man, okay, Chain, really great, but it's super modern and stuff. But when I actually saw it again, like, damn, was it amazing. I mean, yeah, the credits and just the song itself and the way that everything comes together and makes you feel, it is very simple, but it adds up to like quite a unique experience. It's not quite on the tier of a Madhouse opening, but I think it definitely puts you into a deeper headspace for the type of show it is than like even like One Piece's openings or other.
Yeah, that's a good comparison.
Toei Productions,
It's
Chain.
The basis for that song is really fantastic, but I don't know if it's my favorite version of the song, but the song is great.
I could do so. I was gonna say B.
I could do C on that.
I thought C at first, but listening to it. Again,
yeah, I was gonna do C, but I can do B because of the credits. Honestly, though, that's really incredible.
If it's C, I wouldn't fuss, but I think it's a B.
Okay, we can do B for now. We can change these at any time.
Okay,
anyway.
yeah.
If we're like 30 in and we're like, man, I don't know if this one fits in with all of these other ones in B, we can always change it.
Here's a big one. Attack on Titan opening 1. Okay, I'm not gonna go any lower than B for this. I think the way it's directed is pretty perfect.
A.
Yeah, I kind of think A too. I know Jay's gonna probably push back, but I think it's pretty perfect.
I think it's pretty perfect. Yeah.
That like red, that shot of them in the red, and like the shot of them all shooting their rifles out from that like tower.
It's incredibly exciting. And
Jay, what are you thinking?
I was gonna say C, but I
really.
Yeah. I understand. I thought it was.
We can split the difference if you'd
like. We can do B, but I won't go any lower than B. I think it's pretty amazing, and I would definitely do A.
I think it's fair to go B. We can go B.
Okay, B. Yeah. B is fine.
Yeah, just as okay. I think it's pretty. I think it's getting pretty perfect.
I think it's pretty perfect too. I think every shot is good. That shot where they all jump into the air. There's so many fucking shots.
I mean, the CGI in that opening is like revolutionary. I mean, it looks incredible.
Yeah, it's one of. I think it's one of the most perfect openings.
Yeah, I suppose it was just so creepy the way it like looks and all the Titans and.
Well, the Titans are always creepy. The Titans are always going to.
I hate the show too, but I think it's the best opening to a show that bad ever. I think Tetsuo Araki's a genius, and I think that it's his best opening.
I think so too.
Well, okay. I mean,
best opening. Oh man, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely some really impressive things about it, but yeah, I don't know. It did not make me feel very good.
I understand
the way that it was done, and
I can agree. It's pretty creepy.
But yeah, no. I mean, I guess it is really amazingly directed. I mean, I think
is really
Death Note opening credits are really great too. But Ryuk is like,
oh yeah, well,
yeah, Yowza.
Yeah,
but yeah, okay. Sorry, yeah.
Okay, what are we thinking about Attack on Titan Season 2 opening, Sasage Yo?
Well, I'm assuming you guys think that one is worse.
I do, but I would think it would be a B, so I'm fine putting it in B. I think it's really good.
I actually don't think it's worse.
I
think I like it more.
So you want to do A?
What do you think, Jay?
I like the song more, but I mean, definitely the animation is not as good. There's no way around it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was gonna fight for it to be B.
Okay.
I like the animation better in the first one. Oh, you go first.
But I was gonna say, I could definitely go half with you if you wanted it to be C because
no. B works.
Okay.
No, B works perfectly fine.
Yeah, B I think is what we'll do because I couldn't do A for it. I do feel like it's not as consistent as the first one. That being said, the fucking dinosaur montage with the glowing hearts is incredible.
Oh yeah,
it's so crazy, dude.
It starts with like Mary and Jesus, and I don't know. There are some pretty stunning, just like all this. The song is really good. I mean, it's pretty incredible when Mikasa like throws Eren into the air. That's pretty epic.
That's
too.
really great.
I mean, he killed it on these two openings. Honestly,
Yeah,
I mean,
I think the imagery is even more striking in this one too. Honestly.
I'm not gonna lie. I think literally every shot in the first opening is perfect. I don't think that about the second one. Like, there's just more shots that are more normal looking.
It's not as perfect, but I think some of the images are pretty like striking in a way that I don't know if anything in the first one is.
Maybe. I do think the dinosaurs is probably crazier than anything in the first one, but I think the average for the first one is higher. Like, it really is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, where are we putting Ace Nerae Final Stage OVA? This is serious special pleading on our part, but some of these are just openings we put on here because we like them, by the way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Easily a B, I would say.
Yeah, the song
Singer's fantastic.
Almost breaches it to an A for me.
I agree.
But I could go for a B.
What was your first instinct on it?
I was gonna say A.
Yeah, I think it could be A. I think it's pretty amazing. Yeah.
I mean, that song, the visuals.
It's very well directed. Yeah.
It's
really well directed.
Yeah,
I would be okay with that. I would be.
I do feel though, like emotionally, though it is strong. I feel like it's weaker than Dot Hack Sign.
That's a good way to compare them.
Yeah.
It's not profound the way that the Dot Hack Sign just won. Because Dot Hack Sign is probably the best opening ever made about the internet until the very obvious one we're going to get to later. But I think those two, like, it's very profound, I think. And I think so I think we could do B for
I'm totally fine with B.
Yeah.
Okay, one of the most original openings ever, Azumanga Daioh. Where are we putting this?
Okay, the song is super annoying sometimes, but overall, it does have an odd Rugrats-like, zany, insane quality to it that is quite nice and addicting.
I put it at C.
I could see. Oh yeah, I was gonna say C or B.
Let's do C. I think it's annoying too, but I got to appreciate the vibe.
I agree.
Okay, Abenobashi. Where are we putting Abenobashi?
B.
Yeah, let's do B. Great song, but the shots are so obviously from the show that it kind of is a little lame.
Almost kind of nicer though, because like, the show is really about like this community, and I don't know, it really, really gets you in the mindset way better than any other opening, and like seeing the old people like do yoga. And really getting a grounded sense of the neighborhood that it's named after, I think, was a really good way to go about it. And it gives it, that unique Gainax quality where, everything they do almost has like a bit of like a strange Japanese sitcom mixed into it, So, I kind of liked it.
I think that's totally fair.
Yeah.
I do think it has some positives.
Shows, are better than, anything else, because then you can just show off the animation that is the best.
That's interesting. Yeah, I do feel like just for the clip shows, the shots tend to be less striking, though.
I could definitely agree to that.
Because
But
openings have some of the most stunning, like, abstract
the way
imagery in
that they
anime.
stir emotions in a way is like, powerful in a different way, because they once you come back to them, they evoke such a deep, like there's kind of you guys haven't seen Abenobashi, but like there's a weird, like, I don't know, it's like, it's maybe not the show you guys are thinking in one way, and like, when you watch this opening, like, I don't know, it kind of pulls on your heartstrings, because it really is just about these two kids and how much they're connected to this neighborhood of theirs that's, super special and unique, probably analogous to Japan itself, and wanting to preserve that as a culture, and giving us the view of the neighborhood, and not just the wonky world traveling stuff. I think, yeah.
Oh wow, that's really beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
have to
actually,
see it.
I really do agree. There's one later that is almost exclusively clips from the show, but it's I think pretty great. And yeah, no, I agree that because it can be, you can kind of take a lot of the most emotional shots from the show. It can kind of be emotional in a whole other kind of way, for sure.
Okay, Akagi.
I can go A for that.
Yeah, I could go A. I could go S.
I'm
But,
gonna do A, but I want to make it clear that this is really one of the best openings ever.
Yeah,
It's incredibly emotional.
That shot of the kids running out, that looks like
oh my goodness. I know.
like the singing voice of, this just really shows it's an anime for adults the second you start it. Obviously, the sudden stop with Nerae at the end. And Akagi is a very creepy, unsympathetic character, so getting to see him walk around the town to this music,
seeing the kids and like, yeah, I don't know.
It really gets you to sympathize with him and like see him as kind of an old soul, even though he's only 13.
And you really get his his perspective on things, and it does some very interesting kind of foreshadowing or contemplation for a lot of things that are to come.
It's unbelievable. He's 13.
Yeah, he's 13.
Oh my
He was born, I think like the day or the month or the year that the atomic bomb was dropped on Japan, and he has the white hair.
Like he's like radiated or an alien or something.
Yeah.
Cheapers.
Okay, Angel Beats. Where are we putting Angel Beats?
I would fight for B. I didn't know.
Right. I could do B or C though, but
yeah, I know.
Because I feel like that kind of music. Okay, I could do B.
B for sure. B for sure.
I know. I think I know what you're going to say. There's some parts where it could almost be kind of saccharine, but I think I don't know. I thought it was pretty emotional.
I think so.
Hearing it again, I think the saccharineness doesn't knock it beneath a B. I think that is it Jun Maeda? What's his name?
Yeah, Jun Maeda. Yeah.
As much as I don't love a lot of things about him, typically the music is not the worst part of his shows, and he's got a very clear sort of aesthetic he wants to go for, and he wants his shows to kind of all be kind of spacey or heavenly. He's very against that sort of, most anime are about demons and the devil, and he really doesn't like that, and his aesthetic is really.
He literally hired Romeo Tanaka to rewrite, and like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm embarrassed. I haven't mentioned this to anybody in years, but honestly, for all of Clannad's flaws, for me, the most emotional scene in the show is when he sings the first ED to his daughter. That like honestly kind of makes me cry. So honestly, I'm down with Jun Maeda and the music, and that's even more saccharine of a song. So yeah, I'm down for B. Also, this show's literally about angels. So yeah, he definitely is counteracting the whole darkness of anime.
Yeah, I think he really wouldn't like Sword Art Online or Attack on Titan very much.
There's something much nicer about him than there is about his modern counterpart. The woman who wrote Anohana, I think is a lot less good. And a lot less ambitious. Yeah,
less sharp. Yeah. Angel Beats was already a really, really crazy idea. But I don't know what happened, but it just didn't get to be what it should have been.
It was supposed to be, I think, 50 episodes, and then it only got 13. It just didn't work.
Yeah, another Ano type of disaster.
Seems like
okay, where are we putting Baccano?
I think that's an A.
We can do A.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I would do B, but we can do
I
A
know,
because it's
I
so
know.
original.
I knew one of you was gonna say it. I mean, yeah, there's a way you could say it's not as emotional, but it's actually more emotional than just about any anime when you actually like look at it.
Really? Why do
Like,
you say that?
just look at it like right now. Like, I don't know, the shots in this are
Visually,
overwhelmingly beautiful.
visually, it's
Them
like almost
stealing from a candy store is so kishy and cute and
Mm.
sweet. Actually seeing Lad and Lua like happy together.
all these moments of them.
Yeah,
Are
like
really
all
great.
the moments in
Yeah.
this are like really powerful. With
Yeah,
like,
you're right. Yeah, Narita's so funny because you think he's so rule of cool, badass, but really he's just a sweetheart, like Tarantino at Tarantino's
every
best. And
yeah,
like it's
yeah,
all
just
about
the
romance. Oh, I'm
yeah,
looking
I
at it
think
right
I
now.
think
You're totally right.
I think visually it's pretty close to perfect.
yeah,
So
the match cut style
perfect,
that like he came up with here was a really cool way.
brilliant.
You know, because now he made an anime that isn't just people falling into flowers or running
Or reaching at the screen.
or you know, like the coins and the match cut. Like this shit is very
Yeah,
very.
it's definitely
Creative.
an A. I'm looking at it right now.
It's
I mean,
it's
all the
and
match cuts are perfect.
And once you've seen, again, it's like one of those things. Like once you've seen the show, it actually is like it's one of the most emotional, I think.
Yeah, I have to
openings.
rewatch the show. I have seen it, but you know, especially because you've read the novels, and like I've always obviously it's a great cut where Lad throws the dart and it cuts to the knife. But you know, honestly, there's a lot of other more
Seeing the
subtle great
brothers,
cuts.
Firo getting the hat is like really beautiful, like being made, and you know,
Yeah.
he's like this young guy, and you know, once you know, like you know, who's an immortal and who's not an immortal, like a lot of those moments become like more beautiful because like I can't remember the name of the guy who's with Firo, but he's a major character too, the guy with the glasses, and you know, Firo is almost like his son that he,
Yeah.
there's a lot of like beautiful stuff going on in the intro, despite you know the jazz score instead of a typical romantic song.
No, I
But
think you're
yeah,
right. I think you're right.
For sure.
Okay, Big O. I'm gonna say B. I think it's pretty badass. We could do C, but I think it's pretty awesome.
B or C is fine with me.
B or C. That's kind of hard for me to choose.
I think B. I think it's pretty awesome.
I think B's fine.
The we have come to terms part, and it's very unique. It's almost like a cartoon opening.
It's really unique.
It is.
I mean, maybe I'll give it a B for it being so unique, but that one's tough for me.
Yeah,
I understand. It's kind of like one of those
Shoot.
openings from like the 70s that like is like
Yeah,
Idiom, where they just repeat the title of the show.
And the way that there's like no animation is like very like old school too, and
Very true.
like a very cool chic way. But it's maybe a little cheesy or pretentious at some times.
Yeah, I can see that. I
Mhm.
can see that.
So but very cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
What are we doing with Bokurano?
Uninstall could be a C for me.
Nick?
Ooh.
This is another clip show.
Yeah, it is.
It's got a very good chorus.
It does.
I could do a B.
Yeah, C, I could be happy with B. I mean, I would say C, but
What
I'm
would
not.
you do, Wyatt? You're gonna tie break.
Nick, what jumps out to you most about it that you want it to be a B? Because I know you're the biggest fan of it. I think it's good too, but I feel like I
The
need
song, I actually do like the song, and some of there's one of the main boys is like having a phone call towards the end of the opening, and I always thought the image of him leaning back in his chair, smiling, with the phone in his hand was always pretty striking to me. But
I could really be totally happy with a B.
Yeah,
like
this
I
is a pretty
said,
beautiful opening.
I think
We can do B.
it's got a lot of emotion to it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is an obvious S. I feel like asterisk Bleach opening 1. I feel like that's a no brainer.
Yeah, I think S fits. I think it's probably the best shonen opening.
Are there going to be? Well, yeah, okay, we can do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Can do that.
I think it's the best. I said earlier, Attack on Titan is pretty much perfect shot to shot. I think this is even better, and it doesn't make you feel weird and bad and violent and icky. This is just so full of life. It has the best title card ever. It has the best credits ever. The colors are so beautiful. It just makes you feel so good. It's only ever gotten better as I've gotten older, honestly. I mean, it's like
Yeah,
every
so
single
funny.
shot is a absolute.
it's really
incredible.
It's so iconic and cool, and I love
It's
that
super
like
creative.
it's this supernatural show, and like nothing supernatural is going on in it. Like I don't know, like there's like there's almost like a Fooly Cooly like vibe, and it makes Bleach just seem so ambitious. Like all the fighting is so obscured, and it's more like Rurouni Kenshin's like fights instead of like against like the monsters or anything that I can
You guys always said
remember.
too the author had like an incredible sense of style, and they really try and make this really stylish. It has them all
Yeah,
in like these like cool outfits, and they're like spray painting the camera, and there's like these like skateboard lettered names for the characters and for the staff, and it's just really stylish. Yeah.
the letters floating down with Ichigo as the first shot is just so good. Like
I
and
mean, the
all of
shot of Ichigo
Kubo's.
where he's like spinning around, I think is really beautiful as like an image of coming of age and like. I mean, obviously, it has the best opening cut ever with the sun cutting to Ichigo with the way the music starts. It's just so
Yeah.
classic.
And speaking of the sun, that revolving shot can almost speak to the fact that like kind of in the show, like everything really eventually really does like revolve around Ichigo, despite the fact that he's saving all these people again. Like he seems to be every species that is in Bleach, Ichigo is too. He's so he is kind of like the center of everything in another kind of way. Could play into the
Yeah,
spinning.
the spinning. Yeah, I mean, I even love the fact that Uryu's little profile at the end extends outwards like his bow. I think that actually looks really good. The last shot always makes me feel so good of like all their little boxes with their faces in them, and it's
Oh,
even like a subtle match cut.
his sisters too, being like his like angels
Guardian
too.
Angels or something.
Is like really really sweet. Yeah, the vibe of this is really really one of a kind. Um,
Bleach Opening 2. I don't think it's very good.
Yeah.
it's all right. I mean,
I put a C or
I think it
is
should
it
be D.
C?
I don't think it's very good.
I
I
can,
think it's
yeah,
fine,
Okay,
but
yeah. Okay,
I think
yeah.
it should be D.
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
Yeah,
see it.
I think it's a D. It's definitely not as good as the Akazukin Chacha opening. It's definitely not as good as the Azumanga Daioh opening. It's fine. Obviously, the opening shot of Ichigo is good. I just don't like this band that much. I think.
Pretty limp. It's pretty limp emotionally.
I think
Not
I
very.
just think it's overrated because it's got a nice nostalgic vibe these days, but I think it's overrated because people love the Soul Society arc so much and they just kind of associate it.
Yeah.
On the other hand, oh sorry.
Well, this is almost like the Sasuke retrieval type vibe for this show until we get another one that's like that later on for Bleach.
Every arc is about retrieving somebody in Bleach.
It sure is, but yeah.
And none of the arcs are good. It's crazy. It's better than Naruto just by virtue of Naruto being bad, but like, man, like Naruto has good arcs in it, and Bleach doesn't. So that there is an interesting.
That's an interesting thing, but Naruto has like no characters that are developed, and neither does Bleach. But
It has good designs though.
But I think some of the Bleach characters, like the captains, are just kind of cooler and more interesting. At least some of them. They can't all be zingers.
Okay. On the other hand, Bleach Opening 4 is pretty incredible. Do you guys want to do B or A?
I could do A.
I could do A or B. The blasphemy is a little
Yeah, I don't love that
upsetting.
either.
I had no idea that it was
there
until I looked at the lyrics. I had to look.
It's pretty jubilant. I think we could do A.
It's pretty amazing. Yeah, every
so,
shot is good.
The discs coming out for the chapters and
when you think of the skateboard, like sliding in on the disc, it looks like he's riding the skateboard. It's amazing.
It's so cool, and this guy did all of this with no money. I'm sure, is it Piro did this? Gave him very little funds to make this here Bleach, but he always hit it out of the park with the openings and quite a few of the endings as well.
For sure.
Okay, Bleach Opening 5, Rolling Star by Yui. It looks great, but I'm going to say C because I feel like the shots look really cool, but they don't have a lot of emotion to them. I feel like it's a little style over substance.
I don't love the singing at some points either. C.
Yeah, I think. Okay, Bleach Opening 7, the Asian Kung Fu Generation 1. Do you guys feel like B or C? I feel like it's pretty good.
I think that could be a B.
B.
I think it's
sure.
a banger. I
could have even maybe done A, but
dude,
B,
I told you guys that's like really such a good Asian Kung Fu Generation is like got a better average than most.
Way better than Bumper Chicken.
Oh yeah.
All the black and white shots of the Arakawa look super cool. The fire CGI is not aged amazing, but it's pretty like effective Doom stuff. The last shot where Ichigo lunges at Aizen is incredible. I wish that was in the show, to be honest. Like Aizen at the table, and it makes you feel so good.
I could have done an A, so
I think we should stick to B, but it's a banger.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm glad I suggested that one because that's a good opening.
What do we feel about Bleach Opening 13?
I could do a C or a D on that one.
I think it should be D. I think the song is really boring.
Shit, which one is 13 again?
Look it up. It's like Aizen's in it. It's like kind of melodramatic and slow. There's some.
This one we talked about the other day. Yeah, this could be C or D.
I think it should be D. It's not good.
I'm not opposed to that.
What it does have is a couple of cool shots of Aizen, and other than that, I really don't think it has much to it.
This must have been when I gave up on the show. It's so weird. I really do not remember. Why do I remember the later openings, though? I don't get it. Maybe I skipped it every time.
It's really forgettable. There's something really limp about it. Like,
I must have skipped it every time.
It's just because the shots of Aizen are cool, right? Like, there's some pretty good ones of Aizen. Like, if you also the whole TV motif really doesn't work. Like, where you see the action of Karakuri Town through the TVs and all the empty streets. But like, okay, go to 42 seconds. Like, that's a pretty cool shot of Aizen there. Like, he looks pretty scary. But yeah, I think it just doesn't really work. Okay, what about Harukaze, the last opening of Bleach?
I could do A for that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say B. You guys really want to do A?
I could do A or B.
Yeah, I could do A.
Man, I feel like the first half isn't as strong as the second half, but it does get so amazing at the end that like
it could maybe be a B. It doesn't move a ton.
Once the sword fight starts, though, it's the best opening ever. I mean, Ichigo walking at the camera.
Yeah, and it just sounds so like nice and beautiful.
It's so beautiful. Okay, Nick, if you really want to push for A, I could do it. I love it.
For now, I would feel like
you want to do A.
Yeah,
I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with that.
It's beautiful. I mean, even like that opening shot of Ichigo, like you really just feel how much he's like grown up and like it's his family.
And I mean, like we're biased too because it's the fucking first opening.
Yeah, it is.
The whole point is that it's like supposed to be like the first opening, the way that it's all postmodern, has like the graffiti and the weird like decals with the rainbow are so nice, and oh man,
all the volume covers, right?
It's the episode title. Those are incredible.
Title cards, that's what it is.
Yeah,
Renai circulation. What do we think?
I think A.
I don't know. I feel like it's a little. I don't know. I would do B. I feel like it's a little bit cutesy, a little bit shallow in comparison to some other things.
I do not think so at all. The fucking symbolism in this opening is out of this world. There are so many details about this character and her mindset and what's to come and just so many things. Like she's writing at her desk, and as you see that she's staying up all night, even though she's a hikikomori, and that's because later on we find out that she wants to be a mangaka. We see the way that she views herself in relation to Araragi, and the way that he doesn't notice her, and she's tracing him, and he sort of
Yeah, her
represents
eyes look so dead in that moment where
she
Araragi's like,
represents the best good in her life, because you see that when he comes on the screen, there's the cross, and it's like he kind of wants him to save her. I think the rapping in the middle is incredibly good. I mean, I think as for songs that were produced for shows, I think these Monogatari openings are some of the most high quality. I think the way that it ends, the very last shot, kind of hinting at a darker side to her, is really, really interesting.
all right, you've won me over. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Praying? Is she praying towards the end as well?
She says Kami-sama at one point.
Kami-sama arigato is what she says.
Yeah, and she's thanking God for letting her meet Araragi, who she has a crush on.
Yeah, but you're so right. It's all about how she sees herself and how she sees herself as this innocent moe figure, and she's actually this more complicated character. That image of her staying up all night is genius. The image of her dead eyes as she's walking behind Araragi is also really genius. Actually,
and he's
doesn't
faded.
Notice her.
Yeah, doesn't see him. I'm pretty sure that the kanji in the background say things that give hints to her real nature too. I think the animation for the kanji itself is incredibly smooth. I mean, I think that these Monogatari openings are kind of almost analogous to more postmodern versions of the Gundam openings, in the way that the Gundam openings are almost like mini anime in and of themselves or something. There's even some weird skits. She kind of talks too, to Araragi in a weird way where you can tell she's whispering and he wouldn't be able to hear her. So there's just I think there's just a ton of.
No, this is genius. This is genius.
I guess. I mean, now that you explain it, I guess intuitively I would have said B, to be honest. But
I mean, I can understand that. But I think there's just so much going on to the visuals.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, and I think that there's so much going
after Jay
on
said all that, I think it's an A.
Song. I almost think it's unfair because it got to be crafted for the show. You know what I mean?
I'm quite emotional about it watching it right now, actually.
Yeah.
Now that I really understand what it's trying to say about Nadeko and stuff, I think it's actually quite genius and does a better job it does a much better job than the show of actually portraying the psychological complexity of her character and showing her in a very sympathetic light, but also showing her specific neurosis and how deranged her self-image is.
31 seconds. Look at that, really subtle animation, the way that she changes those expressions, and one of those expressions very quickly is kind of scary and kind of seductive, and we see that she tries to seduce him later, and she almost catches herself, and then she's like, oh, gotta go back to being cute. Whoa, hopefully he didn't see that. She's even looking to the side, she's looking for approval. It's a lot of simple stuff, but yeah,
the animation is really fluid. All the character animation is really good.
The animation is great. I think for me it's tough because I just haven't seen Bake, so it's hard for me to connect with.
That's totally fair.
Because intuitively, it's still feeling like a B, but we can go with that if you guys. I think if you guys both think so, then I'll go with it.
I know. I think it's an A.
I after Jay said that, I think it is too.
Okay.
Where are we feeling on Blue Exorcist? Opening 1. I don't like the song, but I do think they go for some pretty cool shots. We see, I've actually never seen Blue Exorcist. Some of these openings are just openings we just knew were popular and well liked, and we decided to throw them on here.
Yeah. So, man, yeah, the background of the school. A lot of these storyboards. Oh shit, yeah. I mean,
him walking, that long tracking shot of him walking around. Him almost getting hit by a car is really good. I think this could be C. I think this is really quite good.
I think the shots of them all flying up the screen and attacking are all pretty cool too. Yeah, I think C. I think C sounds fair to me.
Yeah. What do you think, Nick? These last shots are great with them all flying at the screen.
We can do C. Yeah. I think that works.
Okay, where are we putting Berserk? 1997 Berserk. I think A. I think it's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
I could be moved to do B, but because I'm biased towards any song with English in it. To be honest, I love hearing English in anime openings, but I think it's pretty beautiful. Like the
yeah,
opening shot of Guts.
I'm fine with A.
I
What do
was
you
gonna do
think?
I was gonna do A or B.
Yeah, A or B, I'd be fine with.
Yeah, I think it could be a B. I think it's a lower A, but I think it's got some. I think it's
a
pretty
lower.
emotional.
It's a lower A for me.
Yeah, I think for me too, but I do feel like it's pretty. There's some pretty stunning, like all those hanging corpses on the tree. Of course, I mean that shot of Guts on the cliff. That's just really like so
I think the
classic.
visuals are incredible. Like I was definitely going to go with A. I was just saying I could deal with B, but I think it's an A. I think the shot of the flower burning is
It's
one
It's
of the
great.
best in.
And the last shot of the opening of him just like walking away into that blue light and solitude.
Absolutely.
I mean, every shot is iconic.
Incredible.
I mean, it's an
Yeah,
iconic.
it's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal
And
song
the way
too.
that like it syncs up with the lyrics too is like,
It's too late. It's too late.
Chef's kiss, baby. Chef's
Yeah,
kiss.
it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal. What do we think about Boogiepop Phantom?
That a.
What were you gonna say, Jay?
Yeah, I was gonna say A or B.
I think it's pretty great. It's very unique. It's got a great vibe. I don't know if it's as emotional, so I could do B.
Yeah, it's not as emotional, but it's definitely one of those openings, like another one that's going to come up much later that I never skip. There's like a lot of anime openings that are like good, but like still like I think I skip them just to.
And I actually do still think it's pretty emotional. Actually, to be honest.
Yeah,
The way
it
the guy
is.
sings-
It is.
The way the guy's singing, I mean, I think it's pretty powerful. Honestly.
It's like in its own way.
Yeah, it is pretty beautiful, honestly. No, we can do A. It's a great opening. Okay, this is kind of a silly one I put in. What do you guys think about Busou Renkin?
C or D?
I think C, but I really like the way it starts.
Yeah, me too.
It's awesome. But yeah, it's overall the shots just.
Nick, what do you think, Nick?
C or D, yeah.
Yeah, I think so too, but it's very fun. It's got a great energy to it.
It definitely is, yeah.
Okay, now we get into our favorite anime, Blood Plus. Where are we putting Blood Plus opening 1?
B.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love the opening chords. All the Blood Plus openings have these kind of like they really try to get you into the world with these kind of like powerful opening chords,
man.
and I think these have the best opening chords of any of them.
The beginning and the ending chords are gret. I mean,
with those shots of the like fog, it's amazing. I mean, it doesn't live up to that after it, but it's.
Yeah, the singer's voice is so beautiful. It's probably one of the best song anime openings ever. I mean, yeah, I get it. It would probably be too bloated.
Were you thinking A? I mean, I'm not. I can be argued into it.
Shit, it's just like
it's pretty amazing.
I could be argued
into
it.
If it has to be A, then like we're there's like another automatic S almost.
I know. I feel like
these openings are really like something else.
Great.
They're almost like another thing entirely.
I have an idea.
Yeah,
I have a pretty harsh suggestion.
I know where you're going.
What if we put Blood Plus opening 1 in B and we lower Boogiepop and Bleach opening 15 to B too?
Ooh, I don't.
If you don't do it, if you won't do it, that's okay. But I feel like it's.
I'll say this. This is why I wanted to put the first one into B, because I knew at least one or two of the rest would be in A or above. So
yeah, I mean, there's just all.
We can put it in B.
I'm good with B.
Yeah.
Okay, opening 2.
A.
Let's do it. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's quite amazing. Yeah,
I mean, it's got so many great shots in it.
Honestly, like, I mean, I would have been crazy. This one really reminds me the most of like. This is gonna sound so. This one really, really, really reminds me of Digimon for some reason.
That's hella funny.
It's like so similar to the way like it's a vibe thing, but the way that Digimon makes you feel those first like 2 seasons is so like this.
The shot of her under the water, like Motoko, all the moments with her and her friend and her
Man,
family.
yeah, I
It's
feel
so good, man.
it's crazy, honestly. And this is the one I was gonna sacrifice and put maybe to B. But yeah, I mean, just because I love that other, yeah. But this can be A.
Yeah.
Okay, where are we putting the third one?
Okay, that can be B.
That's B
probably.
because that's Overworld. But the visuals are
The
like
visuals are
by far
triple A.
the most unique.
They're amazing. Those shots of her and Diva at the end are incredible. Reminds me of Spike and Vicious. Like the final confrontation. Kai running. I mean, obviously the best shot is the one with like the sunlight coming in at like 20 seconds. That is it looks like a children's illustration. It literally looks like it's like a
that could almost be A too, but
seeing that quick shot of Rico at the beginning is really intense too.
Always.
Yeah.
Okay, so opening 4
I think has the best song, but I think you guys would agree it probably has the worst visuals.
I don't agree. I don't think
it has the worst animation. Okay, but it might have some of the
last shot with her reaching out to Kai.
Diva, the turning around to look at each other is kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, I think her and Diva fighting is really amazing. Also,
her reaching to Kai is great.
Okay, her reaching to Kai is more than great. It's amazing. It's amazing. We're gonna see a lot of openings today that have vague images of the main character reaching out to some sort of hand. They're all cheesy except this one and one later. This is Saya being so beaten and broken at the end. She looks like Job. She's literally like the suffering servant, and it's just like, I mean, absolutely breaks my heart. The photo cracking of them all as a family at 41 seconds. I think it's pretty immensely moving. I think the climax of the song coming in when Haji is fighting one of the Chiropterans, I think that's amazing.
That's the best part of any of the openings
I mean, I think it could almost be S, honestly. Yeah, we can do A, but
I could go for A or S. I was gonna say S because like, I guess it does, just because the other openings, just to say how much better. But let's do A because
easy A.
I think an easy A.
I'm welling up just remembering the last shot, honestly, and it has the best ever shot of the whole cast of characters because it really feels like that's them all there, like welcoming Saya at the last shot. Okay, we're obviously biased though because this is like our favorite show, but
yeah. It does have like some of the most high quality openings.
Yeah, I mean we loved these openings even before we saw the show, so I feel like that's a good defense.
That's ultimate proof. I mean,
okay, what do we think about Beck?
B,
yeah, it's great. I do feel like the "I'm gonna hit in America" part is less good.
You say B, I could go for A.
Ooh. It's got some pretty amazing shots. It also has like some really foreboding, like Christian, like pray or you will become prey, and like the Jesus is coming shirt.
Almost like
the opening shots are amazing with them like just relaxing.
Oh yeah. The aesthetic is really great. I love the art style. I
feel like when it gets into the "I'm gonna be a hit in America" part, though, I get less into it. What do you think?
I'm into it the whole time.
Okay.
I actually do think it's pretty great the whole way through, including towards the end. It's just for me, it's tough because I don't know if it's as emotional for me as as any of the ones in the A category.
Okay.
I think them singing the chorus to the opening is pretty beautiful.
That's true.
Man, how often do you see it? Like, I mean, I guess it probably does happen pretty often, but it's so nice in this opening. And then like looking at like the plane and that
their designs
being
are great.
like their dreams too.
Yeah.
Their expression.
I could do B or A. I mean, I think that the postmodern nature of like these visuals not really matching with the show is honestly what kills it the most for me. Why isn't the show like this at all? Like, this makes this seem like I wish that Seiji Mitsushima like could have just. Is that the guy who directed this, or who is it?
No, it's the guy. No, it's the guy that died a few years ago. This is like his only show.
Would have almost been interesting, like to see him, like what could he have like rewritten this into? Because like his vision of the manga is almost more beautiful than the manga.
Osamu Kobayashi is his name.
Read the
Um,
manga someday if you can, but pretty good, better than the anime. I know it's weird because it's music.
I really love their expressions.
Have you guys
like
ever
when they're
seen Beck
singing.
actually?
saw the
We've
first
seen
few
the first few
episodes.
episodes.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think it's worth checking out. It's not as good as Nana, but it's a lot like Nana.
He actually
Mhm.
directed the Paradise Kiss anime.
Makes a lot of sense.
Okay, Black Clover. Did we do opening 10? What Black Clover
We did-
opening did we end up
We
doing?
did opening 3.
Okay, yeah, is that like that's the Black Rover or whatever? Or...
Yes.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I could do a D. See.
I don't hate the song. Visually, it's not as striking or
Yeah.
interesting as it could be. I don't hate the song. I mean, I could do a D. C or a D, honestly.
C?
I mean,
I could do C to be nice.
yeah.
It's
if you want
We
really
don't
not
need to be
bad.
nice. I mean, do we think it's as good as the
No, it's just-
Akazukin Chacha openings or Blue Exorcist
think-
or?
I like Akazukin Chacha more.
Yeah, I
but
mean, obviously I like the Akazukin Chacha opening more. I think it's about as good as the Blue Exorcist opening, though. Yeah, I think I like it more
Okay.
than that.
Okay, let's do C. Okay, what are we thinking on Black Lagoon? I was thinking B. We could do C, but
I could
E
do.
or a C.
I don't love it for some
Yeah,
reason.
me neither.
I could do B or C.
we can do C. It's
I'm
literally
looking
like the
forward to
most blasphemous anime opening ever, so we could do C. It's definitely pretty unique though and pretty memorable for me, but it's not
Bro,
amazing.
yeah.
I think we should do
Those
C.
visuals of like Revi like fucking losing her wings, like fucking falling from that shit is crazy. Yeah.
Very sad.
Those
Okay.
feathers in the thing, nuts.
I don't know how you guys are gonna feel about this. For me, Cardcaptor Sakura opening 3 is an S.
A. I was gonna go A, but I mean, hey.
Oh yeah, I mean, I wish it was more animated, but it's probably it might be
It's
my
pretty
favorite
perfectly
anime
directed.
opening. So
I think
I could go S or A.
I think it's got to be S. It's all about like ascending. It has that shot of her at the top of the stairs at the beginning that's phenomenal. I think the overlaid images of herself and when she starts to split in half and like it represents like mental confusion, I think is amazing. Her reaching up her hand.
I think Maya Sakamoto too is one of the best anime singers ever, with a truly like I mean, Roundtable featuring Nino, they're really good. That voice is really cute, but Maya Sakamoto is definitely gifted in a different way. Like that Black Clover singer, that's who I was thinking of. I was thinking of this opening when I was saying, she's one of the better singers. That and the Blood Plus first opening, like just for raw voices, those are some of the best.
I mean, just the way that like the opening like builds up and when Sakura starts to fly away, I think is so beautiful. And like all the emotional conflict, like you really feel that like of like being a teenager and like being in love and being conflicted and having these different things, but ultimately kind of breaking through it.
The way that the song evolves too, like, is like really ridiculous. Like each time, like a new note comes in, it's almost kind of orchestral. Like every time, like there's song is in like 5 sections, like
it really is.
And there's almost like I don't know what you call them, like beat changes almost. That go throughout the song and kind of evolve into another song, which I think, I mean, this could just be, I mean, this is such obvious symbolism. I don't even know if it's worth like giving it props for, but obviously her name is Sakura. And I would say that with the design of, the dress here, not to get too weird or anything, showing her back is sort of her maturing and blossoming with all the, Sakura cherry blossoms around her.
Yeah.
So I think that the way that the song changes kind of also conveying that about Sakura, in the way that it's constantly changing notes is really beautiful and probably one of the most, anyone who listens to this, I'm not a music theory expert, so please shit on me in the comments or whatever. If but I, this is a quite a beautiful, subtle opening the way that it works. I wish that it was maybe animated more, but the director really made it so that it never isn't moving in some way or the other.
I think the
Regard-
shot of her bringing the Sakura pedal to her chest in some sort of prayer pose is amazing. Also, I
It's
also think the
also one of the openings too that might look the best creditless. A lot of openings really lose their zest creditless, and there's maybe a little bit of that here too, even. But I think it looks some of the best creditless. When I saw it again, I saw it with credits, but I remember looking at it with without credits and on the Blu-ray when I had it by Cole Girls, and it was it's really amazing.
I think I'm okay with going S. I mean, I was gonna go A originally, but I mean, I think it's totally fair.
Yeah, I mean, if one of you guys were to disagree, I could be happy with A, but I also,
I think it's fair.
Yeah.
for me, it's definitely an S. I think it's very moving. And very good for you. Just puts you thinking about good things and just makes you feel good.
Very cleansing.
All right, where are we putting Chainsaw Man opening?
Wait, actually, can you hold that thought?
Yeah, sure.
I was gonna say almost every opening I saw, almost every opening on YouTube is creditless.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
I
unfortunate.
saw Cardcaptor Sakura on Daily Motion when I was on there.
Frankly, I'm almost a lot of these I really almost only know as being
Me too.
creditless. So.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. A lot of 60 FPS stuff too.
I really tried to avoid 60 FPS the best I could.
Same, but got pretty hard.
Fair. We can do Chainsaw Man's now.
What's that?
We can do Chainsaw Man now.
Oh yeah. Well,
Chainsaw Man.
C or D. Honestly, I didn't love it at all. I really didn't like it.
I think they tried to make it look pretty unique. I don't love the song. I don't love how all over the place it can be, but I do admit they tried to do a lot of cool shots. I think it looks really cool with the like realistic lighting and animation.
Some of the better CG.
I quite don't like the song, but I think the way that it is directed and comes together, even if it's really not my vibe or how I would do things at all, I think that it would be kind of criminal to not at least give it a B.
A B?
Yeah.
Whoa. I think a C.
It is pretty awesome. Him reaching out to the reflection of Makima.
Watch it again and think about how anime openings are. Think about
I think visually it's really, but the song really, I really don't like the song.
I don't like the song at all.
Like, can we say like something's a B if we just really don't like the song?
I mean, I thought we were trying. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I even quite dislike the song at some points.
Yeah, me too.
But I think that as an opening and for what it's trying to do for Chainsaw Man, I think, I mean, and as an opening in general, like let's go through. We could go through so much of the animation for the
CG
openings. And like,
the CG camera. This is really creative and pretty groundbreaking.
But like, even the way that the fights are done is like a little bit different than like.
I think there's some pretty amazing, like for instance, like Denji holding Puccina as a kid at 10 seconds. I think is really beautiful. I think them going bowling is really nice. I think that Denji reaching out, it cutting from Denji being held by Makima at 41 seconds to him reaching out to touch her, and she's actually just a reflection.
Visually, it is pretty groundbreaking.
I think it also really captures a tone of the show being really, really zany and kind of deranged, but also a little bit humorous about it in a way that, like, honestly shows more maturity than Fujimoto himself might have, in the way that they respected his tone. I think is we can't really undersell how well this really conveys what this manga and what this story is like, the pinball like machinations with power and the cracking of the egg to show, Denji's like feelings of boredom and mundanity and maybe being like
And
the
go to
stakes
47
so bad.
seconds and watch how the next few seconds after 47 seconds show how devoted Denji is to Makima and how he just all he wants to do is please her. And then when she closes her eyes, she reveals how evil she is. And then it cuts to him fighting one of the demons, and it shows that he fights one of the demons out of love for Makima. And you can really feel that when he bursts through the drywall as well. It's like an explosion of his affection and desire to be loved by Makima
Absolutely,
that
and
pushes him through
and
the.
him writhing out of the building is kind of like Naota and like all the phallic symbols in Fully with the chainsaw, kind of going back to it, kind of all being about sex. I almost want to wax poetic a little bit about the show itself, but yeah, I think that I can't. I mean, I think this is a fucking phenomenal opening. There's just no way around it. Yeah,
Visually, it's pretty groundbreaking. I do agree. It's just so tough.
that's why I'm not saying A. Because
Oh my
like
goodness.
if I liked
Oof.
the song, this would be an A.
If I
Yeah,
liked the song, I could see that.
Like I mean,
Maybe.
compare this
Mhm.
to like just so many anime. Like I don't know. I think this has the Jujutsu Kaisen opening beat. Even maybe I don't.
Wow.
we'll get to Aonosumika.
Yeah,
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 damn. I
yeah.
just wish I wish I really didn't like the song. That's really killing it
Me
for
too.
me.
I really don't like it either. I even dislike it, as I said. But if we're being fair, I think that these visuals are kind of really incredible and modern and futuristic, and almost even remind me of like the way that the True Detective season
It's groundbreaking.
1
It is.
opening like revolutionized like openings. Like what Mappa's doing with these sort of like fades in these openings, I think is very ambitious, and the director might even pull it off a little bit better here.
We can
And
do
then
it.
yeah,
We can do it because I do. It is visually groundbreaking. I mean, that's undeniable.
Yeah, it's excellent. Mappa Maruyama kills everybody once again. He's the best.
he's so good.
He rules. What do we think about this? Is our first super old opening. What do we think about the Captain Harlock opening?
Ooh.
That one's tough. I could do like a.
It's pretty fucking epic. I don't know. I mean, I don't like love it as much as some old openings, but the last couple seconds are pretty amazing. But so many openings are just like that. Sadly,
Yeah. Yeah.
the lyrics
the
are
era,
really,
yeah.
really incredible.
We could just do C just because there's other like kind of like what we did with Akazukin Chacha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's fair.
obviously, Blessed Captain Harlock is based as always.
Yeah.
Where are we putting Clannad after story? Definitely not as good as Angel Beats.
No, I
Could do
don't.
C.
Yeah.
It does have some really good shots at the beginning, and it is a very catchy song. But yeah, we can do C.
Yeah, C or B. Maybe for the way it's directed might earn it a B.
Yeah, it is kind of beautiful. The way they introduce all the characters is pretty beautiful.
It's pretty expensive and high quality compared to most anime at the time. Like, oh shit, I think it might be on here, so I can't really compare it, but it might look better than the Darker Than Black opening?
Oh, it's not on here.
Yeah, it might look better than that, to be honest.
It does look really good.
Do you really think it should be on? I mean, the B.
I feel like it should be C. Honestly, I feel like we don't have enough C's. I feel like there should be more C's.
I agree.
C
I
is
agree.
fine. C is fine.
Okay, Chobits, can we do A? I think it's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
argument for
like
me.
them shifting to be the same color and them and just what a beautiful song. I mean, like Roundtable and Nino are the best, as we know.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't even need much of an explanation. I mean, and I think that the visuals, again, anime, we don't typically get a lot of money for our Japanimations, but I think that what simple visuals are there are pretty effective, and where the visuals aren't good, the song is really, really, really good.
Yeah, it's so good that it's one of the only anime songs I walk around the streets listening to in my headphones. It is so beautiful.
good.
Yeah, Chainsaw Man was tough. That was real tough.
Which
It sucks because it really Chainsaw Man. It does look really great. It's just yeah, such a cruddy song.
yeah, I don't like the song either.
But Jay, I think you did a good job being objective and giving due praise to. And as you said, if we're trying to be more objective about the opening, it's going to be more about the visuals than the song most of the time. I mean, because if someone just puts fucking God Only Knows as the opening of an anime, then we can't just put that in S.
Yeah,
Like,
even though it would definitely be an S, like how could it? Like God Only Knows was the opening.
it would definitely be an S. Like cheating, bro.
Like we turn on an anime about like I don't know, like kite running or some shit, and it's directed, and it's like directed by Naoko Yamada, and then like that come like that'd be fucking nuts.
I guess I kind of thought of it 50-50. Like if a show had like really incredible visuals but a poopy song, I was like, ooh. But if it had like a really great song and like really bad visuals, I'd be like, ooh. I kind of thought like that.
I mean, I figure either could save the other. I mean,
I think either can save the other. I think a great song, even if it looks like kind of nothing, I think can get you a B. I mean, probably.
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
I think just the technology is maybe a bit more advanced and they got better with stuff than even for the Jujutsu Kaisen opening.
No, I mean, Chainsaw Man's opening, I mean, nothing looks like it. I mean, that really is the future. I mean,
yeah,
that's
I think it looks pretty.
Yeah, and I guess I didn't like the first episode either, so maybe that's tough. It's tough to, because sometimes your personal experience with a show can help enhance the opening.
I didn't really get it at first either.
You've come to appreciate it.
Yeah, but now I get it better, and it's about like not wanting the absolute fucking bare minimum for yourself as a human.
I think Chainsaw Man is decent.
That I think is very necessary right now. I think it's very smart in what it's trying to say. Sadly, selling the souls and etc. Yada yada. We don't have to talk about it for the millionth time, so it has to come across weird as fuck. But I think
that's what's tough about it for me too.
I think ultimately, what? Oh, sorry.
Because some of the nicer looking, like some of the more beautiful shots in the opening, really are him hugging like Lucifer.
Yeah, I mean,
I think there's still really good shots though, because I think
they are good shots.
No, but Nick, it's important though. No, but Nick, it's important that he's hugging the devil. The point of the show is that Denji is homeless. No, listen. The point of the show is that Denji is homeless and nobody has ever loved him. And when he finds Puccina, he puts all of his love and hope into Puccina. And then when he meets Makima, he puts all of his love and hope into Makima, and that's why he's on her stomach.
And that's the warning of the show. You're saying it's like if you.
That's what I was saying. Like the show is about like you can't just take the bare minimum
or even
for
more
yourself in life.
If you care so little about yourself, I mean, I guess the devil will come.
If you take the bare minimum, you'll accept the devil's love.
Yeah.
And that's like a very, very important sort of thing.
That's true.
I think that it's smart in a way that it deserves some pretty major props. And I think it's trying to do a very good thing for Japan. Because I really hated Fire Punch, believe me, and really, really hated it. But I think
is that like
another manga
he did?
Oh, Fire Punch was done by the Chainsaw Man.
So edgy, yes, hated.
Wait, what? Fire Punch?
Yeah, he's a really young guy. Yeah, I think he's like 25.
I was mixing this up with Fire Force. Yeah, it's like what?
Man, also another thing about Chainsaw Man that's super cool and postmodern is like the shot of Power on the pole is really cool because it's kind of like an older anime when they'd be like a clip show or not a clip show, but it would introduce the characters with like their names or a silhouette next to them or something. But the fact that it's doing that in the midst of like a scene that we're seeing and then like there's like a silhouette or a shadow of her, another image of her that appears next to her that's kind of like how she wants to view herself.
What time?
Oh, let me get to it. It's very quick. later on for sure.
Look how many views this video has. 115 million. It's shocking that this didn't get more play on the Blu-ray market.
Americans, a lot of Americans liked it, right? Not Japanese. At least supposedly. I never got to find out if that was like bullshit. It's 107.
Ah.
Yeah, that's she sees herself like Makima.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know.
And then her and him are dancing at the end.
Yes, they are.
That dance. Shapers.
There's also a monster that looks like it was ripped straight out of Bleach dancing near the end.
Oh, yeah.
About a minute and 17 seconds or so.
Okay. What do we get? What do we think of City Hunter?
Great vibe. Great
vibe.
visuals.
Very cool looking.
A lot of things visually looked like this.
At the time.
It makes me feel better. I can't say that I love it, but it makes me feel very good. So I'm gonna say B or C.
I feel like
C for me, too.
Yeah, I feel like it's not amazing, but it is good.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're gonna have to do our first F. I thought the Cutie Honey opening was the worst fucking opening I've ever seen in my life. I thought it was so misogynistic and weird.
Oh shit! I thought it was Cobra was next.
No,
it's Cutie Honey.
Oh, Cutie Honey?
Cutie Honey.
Yeah, I saw that opening a few days ago. Let me just one more time.
Yeah, I wanted to throw it on the list because it's like a famous, old, ancient one. We didn't have a lot of.
Oh
like
yeah,
the guy hanging on to her, and she's like,
"Oh no, yeah, I remember this. We can give this an F."
That's not unfair at all. That's not unfair
it's
at
an
all.
F. I thought it's fucking awful.
Totally fair.
Okay, where are we gonna put Cowboy Bebop? I can't believe we're at Cowboy Bebop. This is like the most famous.
Yeah,
I feel like
A.
Yeah, I feel like A.
Yeah.
It's got amazing animation, some amazing shots. I mean, it's not a super emotional
Iconic.
opening, but
It's iconic though.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, it's great. I mean, like the ship
so
looks
good.
great. The Phase legs when they walk in, the animation on those is really good. And just like the way all the different like speed ups and slow downs in the song are reflected visually, it's just very satisfying. And it's just very fun.
Yeah.
You watch the show and like the beginning of every episode, it's very much an intro to that episode, to the show. Okay.
Sure.
We're doing B or C for Cobra.
Cobra. Oh man, I actually really like it.
I could definitely go for a B.
Yeah, there's that great shot of him like walking towards he's like in shadow. That looks really great. Like that's actually like a pretty iconic image, honestly.
Super. Even his eye at the end.
I think him walking into the camera is pretty fucking cool too.
Yeah. That's what I mean at the end where he's walking into
Yeah, better than just about any. This might be coming up later, so never mind. But yeah.
Okay, Jibunwo colors by Flow. I feel like we could do C.
I could do.
Really? Oh, I could do a B. Honestly, I really like it.
Jibunwo is pretty nice. If this
really
got
like
a B, I would not.
I wouldn't complain, but we're about to put an opening with 75% of the same shots, except all used better and more good shots and a better song. And I feel like that opening's not an A.
Okay.
Yeah.
If that's how you're gonna say it, okay. All right. That's fair.
Because okay, we're moving on to Code Geass opening 2.
When he sounds like a dolphin when he sings at 1 minute and 10 seconds, though, that's really beautiful. and like CL's doing the famous like hand, she's like reaching out to you, is like so good. Then we see Lelouch on a horse too. Like there's all this Christian stuff going on here.
I really
liked him on the horse. I think it's a great opening. I really don't like the butt shot of C2, of course.
Yeah.
That's an unfortunate aspect of the show.
But period. I'll point out like an immediate thing I think is better about the second opening is that at 25 seconds in, we see the shot of Lelouch drifting away from Nunnally and into darkness. And I think it works much better near the end of the opening where it is in the second opening. I think it seems a lot more powerful and a lot more scary. Like he really is drifting into darkness. And I feel like in the first
Yeah.
opening, it seems more like it's just introducing him. I also think the shot in the second opening of Suzaku and Euphemia dancing is actually really beautiful and romantic and sad. I think the shot in the second opening of C2 alone, and she's like has her legs up, I think is a great melancholic shot. And obviously,
Yeah.
I mean, the song is so intense for the second one. I mean, Jibun Wo is catchy and fun, but the second opening is so emotionally intense.
I feel like nostalgia's. I think I still like the first one more, but
I get that.
I
The
can
first one's great.
totally.
I
I can
totally
totally.
understand that. I like the second one so much more.
I get
I
you.
mean, the second
I
opening
understand.
really makes me want to cry, kind of.
Yeah, I think it's an amazing song.
This song is really great.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it's
kind of coming apart in that song. It's pretty.
like,
It's
yeah,
totally
honestly,
fair.
I mean, we could almost do Jibun Wo in B and the other one in A, but I feel
No.
like this should be B. I feel like this
No, we
should
can
Yeah.
do that
be
in
B.
B. I think that should be B.
Okay, I feel like Death Parade can actually be C, even though it has the creepy doll people dancing, because honestly, it does have a really good vibe.
I could agree. I think that's what I was going to go for the whole time was C.
Yeah.
And if one of you
There
guys,
is literally the same year that this came out, Rie Matsumoto did the ED for Kekai Sensen, which would probably be like an A or like an
Yeah,
S or something.
that's animated like an opening.
If we had it on here. And it's literally just the Death Parade opening, but better. So there's always that.
Honestly, there's almost an argument for a B here.
I understand.
Yeah, Death Parade's really good.
Yeah, when he says, "Man," yeah, honestly, yeah, there's kind of an argument for a B here.
I would not be upset by
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
we
maybe
can
a
do B.
B.
It's really good. It's really good.
I know we do have so many Bs, but like, wow.
It's okay.
Okay, what do we think about Durarara? I mean, it's obviously great, but what do we think of it?
Honestly, that one grew on me a lot watching it again.
You didn't already like it?
No, I mean I already liked it, but I just it's like that thing you listen to it again.
Yeah.
sometimes
I
it's
kind of grew
I-
up with it, I guess. So for me,
Well,
I've always really
I've
liked it.
I mean, shit.
I've
I
only
mean,
seen it a few times.
I guess we're just really like filling up this section, but I mean, I feel like it's honestly also super iconic. It's just obviously not as good as the Baccano opening, though.
It's not.
But
It's
It's
I
not.
could do a B, but like, if you guys wanted to do an A for Colonel Sanders being in the opening, I would be totally fine with that.
B works.
Let's
for
do
me.
B. It has one of the most awesome opening 2 seconds.
It's a really solid B though. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
it's
one of
great.
the-
It's
Yeah.
great. It's got great match cuts. It's
high
got
on the
a great
Bs.
song.
It's high on the B list, I would say.
Okay, the Dirty Pair opening is very clever,
C.
but I don't feel much. I think C. Yeah.
C.
Yeah,
C
yeah.
works.
Okay. Do you guys want to do? Oh, hold on. I want to hear what you think first. I'll say what I'll say. What do we think about Chala Head Chala, Dragon Ball Z?
Oh man.
Chala.
I was gonna say A, but
Opening is
I
pretty
could do
beautiful.
B. But I think it's pretty amazing.
He really is so bloated. I mean, I was gonna say a B.
I was gonna put GT in A. Is the
Okay,
thing.
I could maybe do GTA. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
they're both so good. I feel like my
Yeah.
lifelong choice would definitely be Chala Head but watching them again recently, though, we could. What do you think, Jay? Which one do we put in A? Should be one of them.
I think GT I like a little bit more.
You want to
Yeah.
do GTA? Okay.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful. It's fantastic.
And we just didn't think that the like OG song was good enough to include.
I love that one. I just for some reason didn't think to put it, I guess. Like I just felt like it was too different than other openings. I love it though. I mean, but
Yeah,
I
feels
just felt
more feels more like a regular cartoon opening almost.
yeah. But I mean,
I would have given it a B probably.
I will say when Chala Head Chala hits, it hits, man.
It really does.
It
It
definitely
really,
Like
really does.
when Konata sings it in Lucky Star, it's an
Oh
S.
yeah, that was like such a realization. Did we ever talk about the fact that like definitely not just tradition, but the Hunter x Hunter 2011 opening is definitely trying to sound like it's in the style of the Dragon Ball openings, like the singer and like he kind of has like a I don't know how to
Yeah,
describe
that's
the
really beautiful,
voice,
actually.
but like that was super hitting me recently. Like listening to it again, that's obviously the point of you can smile. It's almost like
Yeah.
it's like an older anime opening, and Hunter x Hunter is Dragon Ball, so that's why they did it. Like, makes a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
more sense now thinking about it. Still
Mm-hmm.
don't know why they never changed it, but I think it was supposed to sound kind of more like Chala had the whatever you call the vocal quality when they hit higher notes. The singers are very similar.
Yeah.
Love that. I just love that late '80s like Hakoda no Ken screaming like saying it's incredible.
Oh yeah, absolutely, the best.
Where are we putting Dunbine?
What a C.
Yeah, I think C.
Yeah, it's awesome, obviously, but it's also coasting a bit on how cool the show's aesthetic is. So we can do C.
Yeah.
I was
okay, where are we putting Deers? I mean, the
Well-
song is obviously amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know this is the part where it all.
This all falls down.
I mean, you guys can argue me down from S. I understand.
What?
No, I know. I was going
It's
for
pretty,
A.
I mean, it's not an S, but it's pretty beautiful. It's pretty beautiful.
Yeah. If you guys understand, we're trying to be super serial, objective. It's got the etchy lyrics and visuals.
It does.
I think that the way it makes me feel is better than most openings. So I'd give A. If you guys,
What do you guys think?
if you
For
guys,
what it-
if you guys
I'll be-
want
well,
B
I'll be honest.
or C,
For what
whatever,
it is, for what it is pretty shockingly emotional. But I think the highest I'll go is B.
B is fine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm good
That's
with
pretty beautiful, honestly.
so nice.
If we're gonna,
do A. I think it's really beautiful.
I mean, I just feel like if we're, if we're gonna be objective, it's just tough.
I mean, it's so sad that the one English line is "I'm your slave" because she says it in the most beautiful way ever.
And you have to admit there is a lot of ecchi visuals. But
Yeah.
But it makes me like her riding on the like scooter thing. It's so beautiful.
I agree.
Yeah.
No, I mean it is the song is way too good for a show like this.
And I honestly despise ecchi like the plague. And I honestly, there's some openings later that I will definitely knock points for ecchi. I didn't have that reaction that bad to this though. I didn't feel like there was that much in it.
I'm your slave.
Yeah,
I mean it's tough.
In the actual shots, there's really not that much.
Yeah, there's
one like boob shot that's bad, but mostly
There's a butt. No, there's a bum. There's a few.
Okay, look. I mean, green is does it worse. I think there's some like straight up nudity in that one.
Whoa.
Okay, we can do B.
I'm good with B.
Okay.
I'm good with B.
We're really filling up B. Okay, speaking of B, the first Death Note opening, I feel like is a B. What do you guys think?
Oh man,
It's obviously amazing, but I feel like he kind of overdoes the religious. When I see Light as like God or whatever in that last painting, that is like the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
Worse, White. It's the demon guy's God in that picture.
Wait, what? It is?
Yeah.
It's Ryuk?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Because he's the spiritual guy, like, and like in Light's is the devil or Lucifer, the Antichrist. So I mean, so.
Him reaching his hand out, I don't know, it's so phenomenal. Also, it's so incredible.
It's I'll give it. It's pretty nostalgic. Obviously, I saw it a lot as a youngin, and it's pretty iconic. It's just tough compared to the second one for me. Or are we not doing two for Death Note?
I forgot to put the second one. If you guys want to like voice in the second one, we can just like put it where we.
Yeah, I definitely like the song for the second one better.
Yeah,
I think the shots in the second one are also better.
I think so too. That's
okay. Yeah,
absolutely.
If you want, we can put the first one in C and say the second one is B. But I think the first one is pretty amazing in its own way. It's very kinetic, like it's really thrilling.
People in the comments might kill me for this, but I almost feel like, you could say the shots for the second are cheaper, But the fact that they don't rely on as heavily on like symbolism, to me makes them way more unique and striking. Like
I
there's a
think,
I
I
lot of
agree.
think
like
they're way
generic,
better. I
like a
mean,
lot of
dude, that's
like the apple and oh he's Lucifer and the angels and the like it's
yeah,
really
it's
really
pretty
cool.
generic.
This almost really looks like Araki is like this is like his own thing, like his own like
Yeah, it's
aesthetic.
more Iraqi going crazy. I mean, obviously the shot, of the blonde guy and he's like underneath the grate. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, and like Light walking slowly and then watching his every move,
The
like
opening,
all around
the
him is
the
incredible.
opening shot of Ryuk too is absolutely terrifying.
I mean,
Bro,
Light laughing and all his face at the beginning. Yeah, it's amazing. I think we could. Yeah, the second one is B or A, and then the first one can be C. I think that's fair because the
I
first one
think
does
that's
have some cheese in
totally.
it. I
Yeah,
think.
I think that's totally
yeah.
agreeable.
Okay, where are we putting Butterfly? Digimon Adventure. I feel like B, but it's pretty beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, since it's the TV version, it's B for the TV version. Now,
Obviously,
if it
oh
was
yeah,
that anniversary version where like all of the Digidestin and Digimon from every season sing it together, I mean, that'd be an easy ass. But
yeah.
it's
I
not
mean,
that.
obviously, it's a great shot when Agumon busts out of that like cliff or whatever with the chorus. That's so good.
Oh,
I think
dude,
B works. I
it's
think
Yeah,
B
I
works.
think it's a
absolutely.
definite B. It definitely can't be A, but it's so good. Um,
Yeah, it's
I
very
Desert
agree.
Punk
nice.
has a this Desert Punk has a great opening.
It
Very
does.
very unique.
Yeah, I
Um,
was bringing it up to Nick. I was saying like it's like for a totally live action opening is like so unique.
Yeah, I mean,
B.
I could see B.
yeah,
We have so many Bs.
We have so many B's, but it's so good. I mean the yeah, it's awesome. It's
Yeah,
awesome.
anime openings really are pretty good.
Yeah,
on
because
average,
we're
yeah.
trying to keep the B's pretty good, and we've kept them pretty legit. Okay, the domestic girlfriend opening, the first time I watched it, I thought was literally horrible. I was like, this is gonna be an F. That being
Yeah, me
said, I
too.
watched it again. I think it should be a D. In the second half, it kind of picks up. You can see the two girls kind of looking at each other spitefully. I think it's kind of. What do you guys
Yeah,
think?
I'll be honest. I was gonna give it like an F, but hey, you know,
It gets a little more exciting when the piano kicks in and they kind of go harder and they're like running.
yeah. I could go for D.
it's like even that like the shot you're talking, it just really doesn't invoke almost anything
Yeah,
from
we
me.
could, honestly we could do F. It's definitely worse than those
Yeah, we
Bleach
need some
openings.
we need some Fs anyways.
Let's throw it an F. Okay. Are we?
A,
Is this an S?
Yeah, I think so.
an S.
I mean, group this is Die Buster, by the way. I mean, Jay said to me the other day that it's like an AMV made out of love for Nono by the other girl, and once I heard that, I think it's an S. I think, and like that last shot of her walking and she's like not connected to the rest of the world, and she flies away like she's just too good for the world, and like I hate
I think
the
that.
boobs. I hate the weird
Uh,
sticky nerdy way they do the nudity and Gynax shows. I hate this show, by the way. It's fucking horrible. It's one of the worst anime
It's not
ever
a good show.
made. Just for
yeah,
anyone watching
terrible.
Just
this,
watch Gunbuster. Just
watch
watch
Gunbuster.
Gunbuster.
It's amazing. This
And the
show
opening
is
to this.
offensive. It sucks. Also, it's a shitty remake of Revolutionary Girl Utena.
But if you just watch the opening, it's a very nice love letter from Tsurumaki to his senpai Ano, and it really shows the way that he idolizes Ano, and like even the scenes with Nono, like not only do they are the only pieces of original animation, but there's so many things that kind of like evoke Ano, like the telephone poles and the bleached
Super.
sun coloring, and it's really quite beautiful and emotional with all these with the rising vocals, the way that it all coalesces together. And yeah, I can't quite explain it, but I think it's probably the anime opening that gets me maybe some of the most emotional
Yeah, the way that the ending is so emotional and so subtle in the song, like it doesn't end with the song climaxing, but it just ends with that like like with her walking away and like I mean because her watching Nono ascend is obviously supposed to be the apostles watching Jesus go to the ascension, and that today was was part of the celebration of the ascension today, and like it's so what it is. Look at it right now. Like look at the last shot because it's so moving. Like you feel it way too hard. It's way too intense for just this like anime.
I could totally vibe that. Yeah.
I think it's.
I guess for me,
she disappears too in like a cross, like the star.
Yeah.
I guess for
like
me,
the North Star.
It's tough because if it's going, I would almost want. Cause I just don't know if it's like easily as good or better than some of the ones in A that I already really like.
I think it is. I think it is.
I've always really loved this opening.
I mean, I think it's really fantastic. It's definitely one of my favorites too. It's just one or two of the ones in A I almost like more, or just as much, to the point that I'd almost want them to be in S too. But
I don't see any of those, but I don't know which.
The one that's closest to S for me that's in A is Akagi. I think Akagi's amazing. I think Die Buster's opening is much better though.
I actually really love Dot Hack Signs.
It's pretty amazing.
That's a pretty amazing opening.
I could see S for Dot Hack Sign, but I don't think any of the other ones in B. Oh, obviously Blood Plus opening 4 I could see. But I think Die Buster like Nick, think of it as an OM. Think of it as an AMV made out of love for Nono, and you'll see every shot of Nono. It's just beaming with affection. Like it really is. Like there's so many her smiling near the end, dude.
And like us knowing it's like Tsurumaki and Ano too, and like how Tsurumaki never thinks he'll be able to make an anime like as purely good as like Evangelion or Gunbuster. Yeah, it's like
because this character is not even good, and literally watch the first 20 seconds of this opening. It's literally chills watching Nono smile and like
think it's like on purpose that it's like because like I think he knew like he wasn't gonna get the show.
By the way, Jay Wyatt, these are almost entirely from the show. All these clips.
I know. So, that's what it's like. It's like it makes you see the goodness in her that you wouldn't otherwise, just see while watching the show. It's like he's pulling out what he loves about her for you to see. You know
what? Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I really, really think it's one of the best, if not.
I think it's better than any other opening we have here
of all time. Yeah, pretty much.
So far, I think it's the best. Except, I think it's. I mean, man, all three that we have in S are so good, though.
It's hard to differentiate with some
at this level.
But, at this level, it's tough. But for me, Die Buster very clearly feels like it's one of the very best.
Yeah, I love Sakura and Bleaches so much though. So maybe Die Buster I just said was the best because I just watched it. The next time I watch Asterisk, maybe I'll say that's better than Die Buster.
Wait, go scroll up for one moment. Let me just really.
By the way, Nick, until yesterday or 2 days ago, I was literally thinking A for Die Buster 2. But when I watched it again, it was really.
I mean, everything is super true. It's just Dot Hack Signs. I didn't know it existed at all, really, until like a few months ago, and then I watched it together with Jay.
Speaking of which, it was so beautiful the other day. The way that the nun girl in Fractale is like beautiful. Like, there's so little like that in anime. Like, it felt like really mature and like adult. The way do you guys know what I'm? She's like the most beautiful anime character like ever.
The girl or
the blue one?
Yeah, the real one, not the doppel. Nick.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that scene where she was like,
what is it? Yutaka Yamamoto?
Yutaka Yamamoto, yeah.
Like that he had for her. I don't know if you guys felt it, but like I don't know. Some of those shots of her, like were really beautiful in the way that like Anna Karna is like beautiful in Godard movies or something. Like it was like really,
I'd have to look at it again. That's stunning.
It was like really intense and deep the other day. I don't know.
I thought the scene where she took her shirt off and he saw her back was really quite beautiful and romantic though, and not like stupid anime shit. And I feel like it really reversed the I'm going to talk like Armin for a second. I feel like it really reversed the cultural offense of that stupid scene in Evangelion where Shinji falls on Rei's boobs. Because all that scene does is subvert. You know, we have this horrible trope of guys falling on girls' boobs or whatever in anime, and Ano's like, oh, I'm going to subvert that by making it super
I mean, it's
awkward and
super.
shitty. And it's like, okay,
Why?
great,
It's
you're
super.
smart. You know,
It's really funny, Brian, because I think it is literally directly inspired by that completely.
yeah,
So,
but then it's like, okay, because Yamakan said in an interview, he's like, okay, it's so
He made it
easy to
better,
say,
yeah.
it's so easy to say otaku are annoying and stupid, but let's try to connect with them. Let's try to understand people. And it's like, okay, it's easy to say, you know, obviously, oh, walking in on somebody naked would be awkward, right? But how can you take that further and say, okay, well, it's awkward, but also, you know, there's also this romantic aspect there, you know, because it's mutually
I really gotta
consensual.
give it to him. Almost unlike any other anime I've ever seen. I mean, the Fractale, the way he directs it, it's one of the most immersive, brings you in anime ever already. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
no, I'm
really
so excited for us to
unbelievable.
see
I mean,
more. We should
yeah,
probably
I mean,
tomorrow
he's
or
such
the
a
next day.
talented. He's such a talented director, but we definitely should.
Deadman Wonderland. Okay, the song is fucking. I mean, it's shit. It's horrible. But there's some cool. I mean, the all red is really dumb. But there's some good shots, like of like. Let me look at it again. What did you guys think?
I could give it a C.
I was gonna do
Yeah.
D. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, D. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I could do.
I could do a C or a D.
I thought the
I could do a
like
C or a D.
sunset and like the swing was pretty cool though. There was some pretty cool like true detective
I just thought you were
effects.
leaning to being nice, but like I could even do an F, really. But
yeah,
Hey man, you would have no argument for me.
because
Let's
like
do D.
I thought it was quite flat. A lot of the red did not really go well with any of the visuals or anything.
You know what? We can just give it an F. I mean, it's not good, so let's just give it an F.
Yeah, it's actually not good. So
I did like the shot of the swing at what is that? 29 seconds. That was pretty cool. But yeah, there is an opening later on that is the same opening but worse. Is what I will say.
And the song isn't good, but it could be worse.
The same opening but worse. Okay, when that comes up, maybe we'll move it to a D.
Demon Slayer opening 1. I could do C for the good animation, but I could also do D because it did not leave much of an impact.
No, it is really quite an impressionless, flat thing. But
let's just give it a D. I think it's worse than literally every opening in C.
Oh, is it? Okay, then yeah. Yeah, probably.
It has some decent shots though, but I just feel like the shots that are good really don't fill me with much fun. Or
it doesn't feel like anything, but I think the fact that it has just uses the nice, consistent art style from the show. Honestly, it really doesn't look that bad. It
looks good. It looks good, but I just think like Blue Exorcist had some like genuinely cool shots, and then we put that in C.
Yeah,
that's true.
The shots are not. They're not striking or creative.
The use of the effects isn't as crazy as it could be either. And the song
just coasting on the fact that it's a well-made show.
Demon Slayer.
It's okay. I'm gonna say A for Elfen Lied. I think it's pretty genius. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, the way that it remakes the kiss, but with a mannequin instead of a person, is so genius as a metaphor for masturbating and hentai and stuff. And like, it's so powerful and original. I mean, yeah,
it's definitely original. Damn, an ass.
Yeah. Easiest.
That was not where I was going.
One of the easiest S's of my life. Even I think it's absolutely one of the best openings to an anime ever made. I can't even put it into words how like
maybe it making me
scary and intense.
Maybe it scaring the shit out of me means it's an A, you know, or an S, I guess.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
it just made me so fucking uncomfortable. But you know, hey. Maybe that's a part of it.
Maybe. I mean, you know, we could lower it for that, but I think it's an S.
I mean, it is. There's nothing like it.
The song,
that's for sure.
The visuals. I mean, it's a really powerful. It's overwhelmingly powerful.
Yeah, it's pretty perfect. And like, there's something very emotional about the love that. What's the main girl's name? Lucy?
Oh,
It's
shit,
literally Lucy, isn't it?
Lucy,
It's
yeah.
Lucy.
There's something really tender about the love that she's obviously putting into this mannequin at 34 seconds, and that's what makes it so tragic. Is like she's holding it in such a loving way. And obviously, yeah, the
I actually
song is so shocking.
I actually, you know what? It makes me so unbelievably, really uncomfortable. I think, the ones in S are really nice and beautiful and like heavenly. I think
Klimt
it doesn't.
is kind of a degenerate creep, to be honest, as well. So
We can
I
put
think
A.
Klimt is really
You know,
scary.
he's
honestly,
so fucking scary, my man.
I was aiming. I'll be honest. I think I was thinking B, but you know what? I'll middle ground it. Can
could
we do A?
absolutely not do B, but I mean, I really think this. My goodness, man, this is a work of art. But I understand.
It is. It just makes me so uncomfortable. It makes me want to jump out of my skin and
I think
run
the
down
more
the street.
used to it you get, maybe you get a little less uncomfortable with it. That's the
I
only thing
totally
I'd say.
understand. It's
The more dead.
it's super creepy, but I just think if we're being objective in any kind of like,
I understand.
but
Yeah.
I can.
We can't do lower than an A though. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, this
no,
is.
I've abandoned that B plan.
Yeah, I think this is. Yeah.
We can argue for that one as we go on, but I think A for now.
Okay.
As a preliminary.
Okay, Erased I feel like should be C. I feel like it's like
Yes.
the only recent it has like that good Aging Kung Fu Generation song, but
Yeah,
I feel like it's not as it's just not as emotional as I think it thinks it is or could be or also it's
honestly pretty good though.
pretty good though.
Yeah.
I mean, but honestly, there's another opening to another very popular show that's 50 times better, and I feel like has some very similar vibes.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Okay, A for Ergo Proxy or B?
A.
I could do A or B if you guys want to go for A. I'm cool with that.
Let's do A. I mean, I do feel like it doing those like profile shots that every anime opening do is a bit of a miss, But I mean,
the song is unbelievable.
The song is incredible. It's got a great aesthetic. The shot of him screaming out to God is pretty incredible. It's pretty awesome.
Easily an A. I mean, for me, it's easy A. Easy A.
We'll do A. Escaflowne, are we doing C or B?
B for that one.
It does have that amazing. What'd you say, Jay?
C or B for me. I could do.
Yeah, it has that amazing shot of the two night robot guys fighting like in slow motion.
Absolutely super cool.
I actually think the song is really. I think it's really really well directed. I think it looks great. B for me, for sure.
I think that's fair.
For some reason, I could do C, but I do think the song gets really beautiful at certain point. Like when she's like dun 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 dun. That's just like incredible.
I think that's a higher high than all the ones in C.
There's just something about it. Some parts like the part that's like that part's not as good. I feel like, but I can do
that's
B.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Eureka 7 opening 3.
I love the song to death. The song is incredible. One of my favorite.
The song is
anime
amazing
songs of all time.
Okay,
I could do an A. I mean, but
yeah,
I don't know.
I could do A or B. I think I wish the visuals hit like
Visually
even
much
more.
Worse. Yeah.
But the song is pretty nice.
The song is more than nice. The song is
amazing.
pretty incredible.
Pretty amazing. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I love it.
He sings his heart out.
It's such a shame that the budget was starting to leave the show.
Oh, that last shot of them looks pretty not great. Yeah.
It does. The drawings are not good.
And the way they like float a little bit when they like hold hands is kind of weird.
It really doesn't. It's a little awkward.
I think we can still do A though.
Okay.
And now we come to a weird conflict. Where are we putting Eureka 7 opening 4?
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If that's A, I mean, I feel like it's a little better. Maybe it's not better enough to be an S though.
No,
I almost think Eureka 7 4 could be a B in a way though, because I feel like the shots are not as good. And I'm not gonna lie, obviously it literally samples the greatest song of all time. In an amazing way too, like in a way that the way that Amazing Grace sounds in Eureka 7 opening 4 is my platonic Amazing Grace that I hear in my head. Like it sounds like it's coming out of the earth and like breaking the ground or something.
Yeah.
But
I mean, to me, I think this is the best opening of the show, though.
I could see that, but one thing I'll say is I think that Eureka 7 has a very corny sensibility, and that really comes through in this. Like, them all looking at the sun, it's just corny. Like, it really doesn't work.
It is. I mean, it's literally got, like, Amazing Grace over it. I mean, it's kind of as fluffy and nice.
Okay, but Amazing Grace is not fluffy.
Yeah, I mean, also the rainbow, like, covering the earth before, like, I don't know, I mean...
The climax of the song, like in like a minute in, is like
I guess honestly the visuals don't even match that much, but like I think the shot of the whole crew and then like Tahoe, I mean it's just so nice. It's got to be the nicest. Like
I wouldn't complain if it was an A, frankly.
Something about it feels like a B to me, but I could do A. I could do it. It's pretty beautiful.
Yeah, I mean...
Also, it has an amazing Itano Circus thing. That is so romantic.
If you guys wanted to wrestle me to B, I could accept it, but...
No. We put mine on at A, so...
You know,
it's really beautiful.
Everybody running to Renton, too. I mean, come on. That's just so nice. And, like, for most anime openings, like, that's the ending, and, like, it just keeps going, like, after that is, like, so... I mean, I don't know. I feel like this opening is, like, so hopeful and, like, beautiful. Like
it's really beautiful, honestly. Yeah.
Like,
it is.
If anyone had any ambitions of Eureka 7 being a truly beautiful...
Everyone running to Renton is actually really beautiful, yeah. I think it was just them looking at the sun that I thought was really corny and didn't work.
All the beauty in the show is in the opening set.
For sure.
It's not in the damn show. That's for sure.
Renton her and Renton on the board too, man, is just so good.
Oh, dodging the missiles is the best thing ever. Those missiles coming out is so amazing.
Oh yeah,
Cherry Blossom.
Oh yeah. That's really. I just meant like near the end too, where I don't even think there are missiles.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's amazing. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah. Oh man, and Holland and Tahoe just too, like them just having the nice moment too is really...
They do cover the earth in a rainbow. I mean, what is up with Sato Dai and this symbolism? Because he obviously... Yeah, I don't know. We'll leave, I don't know. That can be for another day, but... Okay, Eccentric Family. I love this opening, but... Okay, Eccentric Family. Opening 1. What do we think?
I think it is, like, really, really unique and incredible, but for some reason it wasn't as powerful. Seeing it again recently, I think a B.
I think B too, but I just want to go on record and say I love this opening. It makes me feel so good.
It does me too, yeah.
It is the most flagrant ripoff of another opening ever made.
Yeah.
Gotta be the most flagrant ever. But I love the introductory shots of all the characters, especially the Frog Brother. It just really fits a show called Eccentric Family. I love how the shots running through Kyoto, the live action shots, it really just shows how affectionate the show is towards Kyoto. Obviously, the Tanuki rising into the air is just the most joyful shot ever. I love it so much, but I think it is a B just because something about it just not as amazing as those A's, and it is a literal ripoff. Like a lawsuit worthy ripoff of the Tatami Galaxy opening. I mean that's gonna be on here. That's not a spoiler. That's one of the most famous openings ever, and they just stole it. Speaking of the Tatami Galaxy, I hated the Keep Your Hands Off Izoken opening. What did you guys think of that?
Me too.
I hated it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty terrible, Biff. Almost as bad as the show.
Yeah.
Big ol' F for that one. That was a rare Yuasa opening L.
Yeah, definitely don't want that on my playlist ever.
Whoa, Sagashite. I feel like this is kind of the best opening ever. So
it's so fucking good.
It's like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I feel like we can't do S, but can we really not?
I'd be good.
I mean, I understand why
I'd be
that you'd say
I'd
that.
be good with A. You know, it's an S in
Let's
my
do
heart.
let's do A. I think the shot of her smiling on flying on a shooting star is the most beautiful shot ever. It has the best dance.
They got that. You know where they got that? That's straight out of an Urusei opener.
Oh
Or ending.
wow.
Yeah.
I mean, knowing I've never seen the show, but she has like cancer or something, right? Like this is such a beautiful opening.
Throat cancer, and she wants to be a singer.
Oh, it's just such a beautiful opening for like just letting this girl like explore all her dreams. It has the sweetest dance too. Like it's so sweet. It's so
great.
not that
It's
weird
great.
like
Great.
idol anime creepy
Honestly-
sexualizing.
Honestly, do you want? I mean, I could do an A. I mean that an S.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this might be S. It kind of makes me cry, honestly.
It's like I don't know. This is like some Oliver Twist shit or something. Like really
And
beautiful.
the way that they say "I love you," the dance coming back in at the end.
We can do an S for this song. What
Yeah,
do you,
let's-
is that
Yeah,
too far?
I think it's an S.
Okay, yeah. We can do an S for this.
Okay. Fist of the North Star opening 1. Obviously it's great, but
Yeah, we talked
where are we
about
putting
this.
it?
We
Oh, I mean, an
C?
A, right?
Oh, I thought we said C the other day.
Did we?
I said I was considering a C just because I felt like it was repetitive, but I mean, no, I mean it's great. I mean, I'm just one guy, man. You know, we're a trio.
I could do A or B.
I would.
I feel like we should do B. Oh, it's pretty incredible though.
It's pretty incredible.
I think the shots are very exciting and epic.
Her singing is unbelievably
They're
metal.
amazing.
It's fucking awesome.
Like, not only is the guy's deep voice great, but that like crazy high pitched part is obviously amazing. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. There's something really like epic.
Amazing, absolutely amazing.
It's amazing. We can do A.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do A.
Okay.
Okay, so now this is Fist of North Star 2 opening is an S.
Yeah. Tough Boys is an S.
No problem.
Probably
No problem.
another contender for best of all time.
No
I
problem.
mean, it's
S is two S's so soon.
I know, but I mean, this one is.
It looks so appropriate right there with the full moon opening in my like those. That's really the two like most emotional and the two most different ways. But like, wow,
It's just crazy how it's just this very cool opening, and then it kind of and it's this very mysterious thing about how scary the future is. It's like Tokiwa, and then we got that great image of like the friends getting lifted up, and it's like, oh, it's got this fraternal aspect. And then once you get to Kenshiro on the horse with that very mythic image, all of a sudden the song gets like emotional in a whole different way. Like it plunges from your head to your heart, and all of a sudden you're like, whoa, when did this get so emotional? And they like ride the motorbike off the cliff.
Oh yeah, and you guys like haven't seen it, but like the way this like the two kids like with him like grow up like those two like on the motorcycle as kids with him they're like children in the first part, and they grow into adults with like Kenshiro basically as their father figure. In this second part, so that's why it's so beautiful, like seeing Bat, like on the motorcycle and really becoming like his own man and riding past Kenshiro, who's on, typical symbolism. We talk, he's on the horse, and the horse like doesn't go as far as the motorcycle, obviously, and Bat like is the future, like he is like the prospective child that this is singing to, that you can live in the 90s because obviously Kenshiro is Christ and you're not Christ, so you're Bat. Bat is really the main character. So that's why I think this is extra beautiful, and I hope one day you guys see Fist of the Star.
Dude, and then like lightning opens up the ground and he bursts through the fucking ground.
Jay said something I thought was really beautiful the other day, which is kind of an accidental aspect of it, which is that in the future they're living in the 90s. And the show is from the 80s, but because in the 90s Japan had an economic crisis, right? And so it's really beautiful because it's kind of trying to prepare you for this hellish landscape of living in the 90s and kind of persevering through that following decade after the burst of the economy.
Wow, they were really what a heck of a coincidence. They knew.
Yeah. So yeah, it's I mean, it was so good they ripped it off for Katekyo Hitman Reborn.
Yeah, I mean,
it's the greatest.
yeah, it's just the most inspiring like anime opening. Like if it is propaganda, I mean, it's definitely the best. At its job, you can't cry. You got to be a tough boy fighting in the '90s. Is like that's like the most beautiful, like really solid advice. God bless Kenshiro.
Dang right.
God bless Kenshiro and Bronson and whoever directed that amazing opening.
Yeah, whoever did is a legend.
I had no fucking idea the girl in Full Moon is a fucking orphan too. Like she's just like this is like luck on fucking steroids.
Yeah, it's the most beautiful opening of all time.
Full Moon, yeah, dude, it's like so like
I had no idea she had such a tragic story.
yeah,
What the
and
fuck?
you already know, right? Fucking Shueisha.